Are you looking for a really big lot in Houston, Texas, but you don't know where to look? My name is Mariam Hejazi. I've been helping people buy and sell residential real estate for over 12 years, and I've been loving Houston since 1987. Let's get into it. So, if you are moving to Houston or you already live in Houston and you want a lot that is really big, we're going to go over all of the map areas where you should be looking. Now, we are talking about Houston, city of Houston. We're not talking about the suburbs like Katy, Woodlands, Cypress, Tomball, Sugarland. We're not talking about out there. Those are typically pretty big lots, but if you need to be in the city, if you need to be very close proximity to Energy Corridor, the Med Center, Greenway Plaza, downtown, the P66 campus, and you don't want to have to agree to an incredibly terrible commute every day, and you want to live in the city, but you want a suburb feel and you want a bigger lot or you love trees, this is a video for you. So some parts of town are going to have really large lots, and they're typically going to be older houses. The newer houses, unless they were built on the home site of an older house, highly likely a new house is not going to have the type of backyard that you are looking for. So, older houses in some parts of town, the average lot size is going to be over 10,000 square feet, with the villages being in some areas half an acre to up to 3 acres. River Oaks, you can find the rare estate for over 3 acres. Now, new construction, again, unless it was built on an old home site, is going to be on a much, much smaller lot, especially if you are looking at under $1 million of new construction. You are looking at a postage stamp of a lot. And for some people, that is perfect. Some people do not want the yard. Some people don't want the trees. They don't like nature. They don't like leaves. They don't like birds chirping. And that is okay. But if you like trees and grass and a proper driveway and you want a bird feeder and you like squirrels and you want your dog to be able to run around in circles in your backyard, then perhaps you should be considering an older part of town. And if you don't like old houses, you may either want to buy a house that was newly constructed in the city, or you may have to go out to the suburbs. And this video is talking about larger lots in Houston. So we're talking about inside the Beltway, Spring Branch, the Villages, River Oaks, Westview, Westbury, Marlin, Bel Air. We're not talking about Sugarland, Cypress, Katy, Magnolia, the Woodlands, Conroe. We're not talking about up there. We know you have big lots. We know that. But if somebody doesn't want to commute downtown or to Greenway Plaza or the Galleria every day and they want a backyard, then this is the video for you. So let's get into it. All right, we're back on the map view. So Houston, we joke, is an hour away from Houston. And if you are looking for a large lot and you don't want to live in the suburbs because you have to work in the loop or close to the loop, we can find you with something with a big backyard. And here are the places that you should be concentrating on. All right. So first, the southwest quadrant of town was developed in like the 50s and the 60s, and lot sizes were just a little bit larger back then. And this general area, you are going to find lots. The average size is going to be about 9,000 square feet, with the above average lot size being over 12,000 square feet. A jumbo lot, which will be very few and far between over here, will be anywhere from 15 to 18,000 square feet. I have only seen maybe 3 18,000 square feet lots in this general area in the last year or so. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. It just means they haven't come on the market in the last 12 to 18 months. Now, Bel Air, you're going to be able to get a larger lot. This is going to cost you over 1.3 million. This area of town here is going to be by and large below $1 million. The further north you go over here, the more expensive the property. Now, West U, you're going to have large-ish lots. You're not going to have palatial anything. The real estate is very expensive in West U. And pro tip, the tax rate in West U is one of the lowest in all of Houston. It's averaging about 1.7% on the tax rate, when the average of Houston is 2.53. So West U is going to have generally a little bit larger lot than like a new construction house. And now Braeswood is great. Braeswood has large lots, but the only caveat with Braeswood is that this is Braeswood Bayou, and a lot of these lots flooded. So everything that you look at in this part of town, you are going to have to be looking at case by case basis. And if it did flood in any of our major floods in the last 10 years, this is tax date, Memorial Day, Harvey, even back to Rita or Katrina or Ike, or even in our recent Beryl, if any of this flooded, you are just going to have to decide if you are okay with living in a house that has previously flooded. But there are pretty large lots over here. West U, you're going to find your average square foot is going to be over 9,000 square feet. But the larger the lot, the more expensive the house. And you're not going to be able to get into West U for really less than about 1.15 right now. And 1.15 would be a screaming deal. There is a really cool little community over here on Newcastle that has, oh, this is it right here. Newcastle has these crazy lots. Some of them are like 20, 30, 40,000 square feet. So if you're looking for like a hidden gem, this general area right here in West U has some crazy cool large lots, but they do come at a premium. They're not cheap. Now, if you're looking for a palatial lot and you have a large budget, then you should definitely look in River Oaks. Now, the outskirts of River Oaks here, these are going to be smaller lots, but they're still going to be generous. But as a general statement for River Oaks, they're going to be smaller. But as you get into the heart of River Oaks, especially in this section, some of the houses over here have in excess of 3 acres. I think there is 1 or 2 estates that have 7 acres, which is crazy for in the loop in the middle of everything. And River Oaks was developed in the mid 30s to mid 40s, and it was marketed as a live where you, or work where you play, live where you play. They had some planned words like that because at the time, not everyone had an automobile in the 30s, and downtown where the hustle and bustle of Houston used to be, this is about 3 miles, and people had to take a horse and buggy by and large. So I think the slogan was live where you play, and they were trying to sell it as like, come live here and stay here, and you don't have to work in downtown. So if you want several acres and you have several million to spend, then River Oaks is definitely the place for you. The next most expensive area in Houston behind River Oaks is Tanglewood over here. And you're going to be able to get a pretty large lot, but your average lot value is going to be above about 1.7 million right now. There's a lot on the market right now in fall of 2025 for about 3 million over here, and I don't believe that has a house on it. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you can get for price and price wise in Tanglewood. Now Tanglewood is really beautiful. I've walked probably
1,000 miles on Tanglewood Boulevard. It's a beautiful, on Tanglewood Boulevard, there's an esplanade in the middle, and it's tree lined with, it's very well cared for. Tanglewood has a great patrol, and so does River Oaks proper. So you could get a lot as big as an acre or even larger in Tanglewood, but you're definitely going to pay for it. Now, Briargrove over here, not Briargrove Park, Briargrove proper. These have generous lot sizes, but nothing like super earth-shattering. Now, the villages, which I've already referenced, so Hunters Creek Village, Piney Point Village, Bunker Hill Village, Spring Valley Village, these are going to have really large lots. This used to be farmland at one point, or just like totally wooded areas, and it's definitely been developed over the years. But some of the lots in Bunker Hill Village or Hunters Creek, I mean, any of the villages, it wouldn't be rare to find a lot that's over an acre. Now, you're definitely going to pay for it. There are areas of the villages that have lots that are even 2 or 3 acres, which is a lot of land for this area. Now, if you're on the outskirts of town, that's not that much land, but in this area, that is a lot of land. Now, Spring Branch is also going to offer some nice backyard options. There are some houses in this general area. These are going to be built in the 50s and 60s and 70s, and they're going to be built on nicer lots, but it's going to be more rare for you to find anything that's going to be over 10,500 square feet. There is an area of houses over here. I know that says Walmart, but that's on the Beltway. There's an area right here of nice old homes that have nice generous lots with like detached garages. But again, nothing super earth-shattering over here. In my opinion, if you are looking for a deal on a lot and you want some earth-shattering square footage, then I would really focus over here. And if you have multi-millions, then I would focus in River Oaks or Tanglewood or the villages. So Lazy Brook and Timber Grove, I'm not gonna tell you to super focus there. I'm gonna tell you to put it on your radar. Timber Grove and Lazy Brook were developed in mid-century, so 50s and 60s. And you're going to see some generous lots over here, but a lot of this has been subdivided over the years as you like approach the heights. Shady Acres is all subdivided. Now, this portion here and this portion here of Lazy Brook / Timber Grove, they have really great lots. And if you are looking for square footage and you want to be in this specific area, then these are really great little pockets for you to focus on. I have several clients that I've helped put here. Beautiful, calm trees, feels very nice. Now, kind of a hidden gem here is this like 14th and a half section. It's really, I don't really know how to explain it. Is that it feels very unincorporated. And some of the houses over here have like 25,000 square foot lots. And then there's a little community right here. These are townhomes and they have no yard, but they look out onto the Little League field, which is super cool. And they have way more building square footage. So if you're looking for a unique lot, you might want to look over here if you want to be close as possible to the heights. Now, Woodland Heights it's historic, by the way, so just watch out. And there are a few lots available, hardly anything. Everything over here is going to be pretty much developed, and definitely over here developed. The large lots with lots of opportunity are not really going to be in the super, like over here, because it's all super developed. Now over here, these are going to be nicer lots, but it is on the east side of 45, which there are people out there that have a very strong opinion, east versus west, and eventually this portion of 45 are on the east side of 45 will look very different. And if you are looking for an opportunity to really make a lot of money in the next 10 to 20 years, then you should look over here. Now, you're going to be able to find larger lots over here in the Garden Oak / Oak Forest, but you're definitely going to pay for it, and a lot of the opportunity is gone. If it is existing, it's going to be in the 500 to 700 range. If it's new construction, you're going to be looking at anywhere from 1.4 to the rare 2 million. But as the years creep by, the prices creep up. And there is a lot of beautiful, big new construction houses over here. And this is all going to be, this would have been developed as post-World War II housing. So to sum it up, for large lots, we are looking at River Oaks, but again, this is multi-millions. Tanglewood, multi-millions. And the Villages, again, multi-millions. Some portions of Spring Branch are going to have nice lot sizes. There's a portion of Westview that has lots that are over 1 acre, but you are going to have to live on Westview, which is a pretty busy street. You'll have to make that decision on whether or not you want to live on a busy street. Now over here, now this is my personal neighborhood and I love it over here. And I can't say it enough. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this portion of town. There are really large lots over here with great little houses that are begging to be redone. And of course, Westview is going to have a few large lots and the rare double lot as well. And then there is actually a really cool little pocket over here by the Med Center, if my map will cooperate. This little portion has some really cool houses. Some of these houses were built in the 20s and 30s. Some houses were built mid-century, 50s, 60s, and then some of them are new construction. But by and large, the lots are very generous right here. You are definitely going to pay for it. You cannot get here for below 900, with the general pricing being definitely over $1 million, closer to the 2 million price point. So I hope this video was helpful. If you need an agent well versed in where to find you a very large lot, call me. I would be honored at a chance to earn your business. My name is Mariam Hejazi. I've been helping people buy and sell residential real estate for over 12 years, and I've been loving Houston since 1987. I will see you on the next one. Bye.